This is the heaviest sandwich I've ever embraced. That's the biggest bite you got? It was a nibble. I've done it.
My organs are starting to shut down. I'll be dead in 5 minutes. I've done it. You see it? I did it.
I wonder if the guy will be proud of us.
I think I may need to go to the hospital.
Not that it's okay to kill anybody, but the elderly above all.
Yeah. Well, at least he lived a full life, right?
No. You're right, actually.
Well, he didn't. I'm sure that's not how he wanted to go out when he was picturing retirement.
Well, nobody does.
Getting
but
hit with an axe.
I rescind my statement. Maybe if you're gonna be a serial killer,
maybe kill elderly people.
Kill the elderly.
That's a weird thing to advocate, but
I mean, but they've lived a long life.
That's true. Though the police were able to determine that the box was shipped to Upper Darby, Pennsylvania.
This all makes sense.
What do you have against Pennsylvania?
I don't know. It's quiet up there. People got too much free time. You know what happens next.
What do they even do? What's Pennsylvania known for?
Putting boys in boxes.
I don't think that's. I wouldn't say that Pennsylvanians have a proclivity for boxes.
I think if you look at their state flag, you'll see a boy in a box.
False. No, okay. You know what? The blanket was examined by the Philadelphia Textile Institute, which believed the blanket was made either in Granby, Quebec in Canada, or Swannanoa, North Carolina. But there was no way to tell where this particular blanket was purchased since thousands were made and sold. Ultimately, the blanket lead was a dead end.
Poor guy working on that lead.
Yeah.
You're gonna find something with these blankets if you just follow the trail. And you're like, all right, we're doing some work here.
It looks like it was made in the country of Canada.
They only made a few thousand of them.
That's fucking terrifying.
How scary is it? You just lock your door. You're in a car, drive away. That's not that scary. And then, if the doors don't work and he starts breaking a window, then guess what? Time to die. Okay, and that's a bummer. But see, at that point, it's like, I'm dead. I guess I don't have anything else to worry about.
So at what point does the fear come in for you?
About when the life is draining out of my body.
Per the wrath of the Axeman, end quote.
It is very Old Testament.
It's like most serial killers just like to stroke themselves, and this is just...
He was writing it, he was like,
just,
let's see. The devil, his satanic majesty.
Jesus Christ.
That'll get him. Time to go murder again.
Weird that they just go along with it. I guess they're their parents, but it's a long road trip. Can you imagine them just in the back seat kind of exchanging glances with each other like, what's Dad doing?
Well, one of them seems like he was the only one who was not on board. So imagine his plight.
Yeah.
He's in the back and he's like, when you're in a situation, you're like, this is dumb, and you try to give someone a look like what are we doing? And they don't give you anything, and you're like...
if you just turn to the sisters.
He's just like, and they're like... And you're just like, oh, well, I guess I'll go fuck myself then. What's weird to me is the fact that after the fact, they don't know what happened still. Yeah. They're still confused. A little over an hour later, her next transmission stated that she had climbed to 10,000 feet. This may have been uneconomical in terms of fuel usage. It's unclear why Earhart made this climb, but author Elgin Long, a veteran pilot, guesses it may have been to avoid clouds or mountains.
You think she just went vert? Just like...
I don't know.
What do you think of this, Noonan?
Maybe there was something she had to avoid that was coming at her.
Okay. If this is a preview of what's to come.
Maybe. You never know. But it led nowhere.
What kind of description are they sending out? It's just, oh, it's a boy. He was in a box.
I mean, they have
He's dead.
defining... kids have faces.
I know, but they all kind of look the same. When babies are born... Everyone goes, oh, what a cute baby. It's a baby. Either your baby's ugly or normal.
I mean, when you came out, I imagine they go, whoa, that's a huge noggin.
I was a very ugly baby.
I imagine your first steps were your head dragging along the floor like some kind of crab creature.
Okay. Well, that is not true.
Is that enough head jokes for you?
Yeah, that's plenty.
Okay. Today's updated databases to determine the bones could have also belonged to a taller than average woman of European descent. And Earhart was said to be 5'7" or 5'8".
That's like a foot taller than you.
I knew you were gonna say that. I'm 5'10", by the way. So, no, there's no quotes there.
Well, when you wear your special shoes, yes, you're 5'10".
No, that's from the doctor.
Yes, your shoes are from the doctor.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they
I'm
are.
5'10", damn it.
If a woman comes up and is trying to rent a hotel room and she doesn't have ID.
And you're at
she's paying in
McDonald's.
cash, and she's like, I don't know where I am or what my name is. I'd be like, okay, why don't you just take a seat?
Yeah.
Not make some phone calls.
It's true. Yeah, it's true.
It's very kind of them.
It's kind.
Look out for your fellow man and lady.
I think in all these cases, you just want justice to be served so badly that you just kind of want to just plug in the holes.
On this one though, I don't want him, if he's just lying, I don't want him to get what he wants.
Yeah, it's true. If you are the kind of person that wants to take credit for a child murder,
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to give him that satisfaction if he didn't do it.
No, you don't get prison, you weirdo. How did this dust get here?
They must have been wearing our shoes and doing a little dance at night. I just think of all the delusions you could have. That's the most funny and harmless one. Quote, undoubtedly, you Orleanians think of me as a most horrible murderer, which I am, but I could be much worse if I wanted to. At will, I could slay thousands of your best citizens, for I am in close relationship with the angel of death, end quote.
Not to discredit him, but he is killing people in their sleep with an axe. And what's his success rate?
I gotta say, your striking power and aim isn't Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, you should be batting 1,000 at that
You
point.
should be batting 1,000. Here are some other things that seem to suggest Joseph Mumfree was the Axeman. Upon investigation, the police found that Mumfree led a blackmailing gang in New Orleans that preyed on Italians, and almost all of the Axeman's victims were Italians.
These guys are racist?
Most of them were Italian grocers.
Whoa, fuck this guy.
This is what made you turn?
If there's already the basis that he's gonna be killing, I do not approve of that, but if he's gonna do it, then at least do it randomly.
I think how about don't kill people?
Look, Ryan, what are we here for? I thought we were here to get into the mind of a serial killer.
I know, I'm just saying, what if they all just happen to be Italian grocers?
Oh, that's rich. It all just happened to be, yeah, that'll hold up in court.
In addition to being Nicoletti's wife, Anna Marie was also Nicoletti's stepdaughter.
So he married, hang on, what?
Your brain is imploding right now.
I need like a visual here. So his wife.
When a man loves a woman.
And
So,
all right, but it's his wife.
yeah, it's not incest technically because it's not.
Anytime you have to say it's not incest technically, that's not great, Ryan.
True, but it isn't. It's not his blood.
Okay.
Publicly apologized for, quote, the hurt and concern caused by these events, end quote.
Rude of him to act like it's no big deal. Of course people want to know what the hell's going on with you.
Oh yeah, excuse the public for wondering about your safety, sir.
It does make me realize I don't give people the middle finger enough. Like if someone's like, hey, you want to grab some salads for lunch today? Be like,
It's meaner without the noise, I think.
So it's just kind of be like, is that better?
That's better. See?
right.
Yeah, that's like how Adam Sandler made his career.
Yeah, basically.
Basically, by making fart noises and funny faces.
Oh, ta-ta.
It's worth mentioning that nobody was killed on March 19th, 1919. So he kept to his word. Apparently everyone was jazzing it.
You know what, he was probably just gonna be out of town.
He thought, wouldn't this be funny?
I've got a business trip that weekend.
Let's see how many smokers I can make dance.
Yeah.
He demanded $500 and Esther's jewelry, threatening that he would, quote, kill her the same way he had killed her husband, end quote. But, like a badass, Esther then killed him with a revolver.
Whoa, good for her.
We've had two badass ladies in this story. The girl who got whacked over the head still gave birth and survived, and then this girl who got threatened and was like, oh, fuck that.
Well, you know what I'll do is I'll shoot you.
Did you just realize something? What just happened?
Well, remember in the first theory I said there was the guy who
Did
said
you not-
he sold his son.
Yeah, did you just not realize that until now, though?
Yeah.
Because, Jesus, I've never seen you. Eureka! You could put a light bulb up. Can we play that back and put a light bulb over Ryan's head when that happens?
Was that clear, that what the connection I made? There was the guy who they thought maybe sold his son.
Yeah.
And here's the purchase happening.
And you didn't make that until you read it just now.
I'm so in each theory.
Yeah, you didn't link
That-
them.
I can't say who I think did it. Our legal team has informed me that I can't chime in on that. So, but I will now blink to you in Morse code who I think did it.
You don't know Morse code. He doesn't know Morse code.
Well, everyone who knows Morse code knows who I thought did it.
So
So, it's unsolved. Okay.
All right.
Well, we did nothing here once again.
No, this was the worst.
Yeah, this was great.
Thanks, Ryan.
Same time next week?
No,
Okay. That's my chair.
that's mine now.
One way to treat people.
You know when you write like a banner and you write with a big marker and then
Oh, when you're
suddenly
making the big
you've got
blue-
like 3 letters to squeeze in at the end and it looks all shitty?
Are you under the impression he wrote this in bubbly letters?
No, I'm just saying maybe he was spacing it out.
It's a notepad. He doesn't need to space
I
it
don't
out.
know. Okay, then I don't understand the practice.
No, neither do I. That's the point.
Jesus, I don't understand the beheading. What is that all about?
Oh, wait. 2 figures.
Razor Boy.
Oh my God, no.
He's back.
No, we're not calling that.
He's back from boarding school.
Good for you, Esther. Shoot him in the face.
Yeah, I mean, what more can you do?
If he actually indeed killed 2 of her husbands, whether or not he's the Axeman, shoot him in the face.
Yeah, face full of bullets. You had it coming.
Give him a bullet sandwich. How much trouble could a family of farmers get into?
Oh, a pretty fair amount of trouble, my friend.
We owe $1,000 to the bear down the street.
The bear down the street.
That's their neighbors, right? Like a bear that lives in a little cave.
Farmers and bears don't mix.
This
There's no bears on farms.
Clearly a cartoonish example I was giving. Where
It's not even a good cartoon. I've never even seen a cartoon where there's a bear on a farm.
There's Goldilocks and the 3 bears.
There's nothing in that story about the bears owning cows or chickens or going out and milking something.
Were you not picturing a farm in your head when you were thinking of
No,
it?
it's just bears in the woods.
That could be a farm.
It's not a farm. It's just bears that own a house. They're eating porridge.
This actually happened. He was driving, he felt a little kick. He's like, oh, I must have not tied
It
down
was
the
a
gear.
girl who didn't know her own name. How scary is that?
You don't think you'd be scared if you went into your truck bed and you looked and there was a girl and she was just like,
I'd probably be like, get out of my truck bed, you
and if
weirdo.
she didn't respond, would you touch her? Would you think, oh, she's turning into a zombie? Is she?
No, because I'm not an idiot. So when they built this one, they specifically said, let's make a plane that won't catch on fire.
I mean, that's the goal with every plane, is it?
Seems like they're not doing a great job at that, though.
I'm just saying, do you imagine there's someone that's like, oh, it would be funny if this plane caught on fire halfway through the
Could be.
trip.
There's some sickos out there. If there's some misogynist pieces of shit on there, you know, on that team, he's screwing the little bolts on, and they're like, well, you know what they're gonna use this for? No. Well, they're that babe of the sky. She's gonna fly around the globe. Oh, is that so? Is that what she thinks she's gonna do?
Oopsie.
Oops.
There goes a screw.
Yeah.
The sky belongs to men.
I don't want to talk about it.
Why?
Because it's stupid.
Is it completely impossible that it happened?
No, because I actually do, look, aliens are a lot more probable than ghosts.
Admittedly, this alien theory is a bit tinfoil hat, but an episode of Star Trek Voyager from 1995 capitalized on the idea. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
I just love that every time I ask you, can you definitively say no? What's the answer? Can you definitively
We don't
say-
need to get into
No, what do
that.
you say? Answer the question. Definitively,
It's crabs.
Definitively,
It's
can you
crabs.
say that aliens did not have a part in the abduction of Amelia Earhart?
No, I can't.
There you go.
I'm just sitting in a chair in the corner, just a shadow man. Clean it. Clean the room.
I think you're getting Anton Chigurh vibes from this guy.
Fluff the pillow. That is truly horrifying.
He said he was within 2 feet of the door on his knees and his elbows, holding his head in his hands.
Like,
No, not like that. He's not taking glamour shots. Nice of you to come in. I'm dying.
just blood.
I guess if she's spent her whole life being afraid of water and she can't swim,
Probably put on a life vest.
well,
or
why
something.
would she even attempt to
Or
do
even
this?
attempt. In her nightgown, no less. In
Yeah.
her nightgown, no less.
That's why it's strange. I guess when I'm drunk,
I've done some stupid things.
I guess I would attempt to do things that I'm scared of, but going back to my fear of bears, I would never go, hey, let me go pet this bear.
No, I wouldn't. One of my greatest fears, I think I've said this before, is that someone will trick me into doing heroin.
Which is the dumbest fear I've ever heard in my life.
It
I
would
can't
be
even
against my will.
How many situations could even put you up to that potential danger?
I don't know. All it takes
How many
is
parties are you going to with heroin involved?
none. But
It seems like a lot.
It's not the fear that I'm at a party. It's a fear that someone would come up to me on the street and put heroin in me, and then I'm hooked forever.
What the fuck?
Communication is important in all fields, right?
Do you think I'm being too harsh?
No, I don't think so.
In thinking that these were obvious steps that should have been taken.
I think if you were in one of those departments, Jack Kennedy would probably still be alive today.
Wow, that's high praise. So you think I could have saved the president?
You know what? I'll give you it. I think you could have saved him.
Along with a card that said, quote, "Love forever, Luis." end quote, placed on Owen's grave.
I'm just gonna start sending flowers to people's funerals and say, love forever, Luis.
You should just say, love forever, Shane, and a picture of yourself. Like that.
But then people are gonna ask me questions like, why'd you do that? And I'd say, it's a funny joke. And they'd say, this is a funeral, you know?
At the time, the case was the center of a national media circus. Some may even say frenzy.
Okay, you're welcome to.
It's an interesting case. That's what I'm trying to get at here.
Illinois is known for soybeans and poison medicine.
And Shane Madej,
And me.
the nation's greatest tragedy.
Uh-huh.
Let's get into it.
Okay.
Christ.
Are they here? Ryan's not scared of you either.
Nope, that's not true. Whoa, you keep tricking me into fucking talking to them, you dickhead.
Weird back then that you could just pretend to be someone.
You could still do that today.
Nah.
I bet you I could check into a hotel right now and say, my name is Ricky Goldsworth.
But then they're gonna say, oh, do you have a credit card, sir?
And I'll be like, oh yeah, this is my my friend, I'm just putting it's just a deposit,
That's
right?
not gonna fly. They're gonna put handcuffs on you right away. Where'd you grow up, Ricky Goldsworth?
Oh, I grew up down the road.
Where? No, what city?
Oh, New York City.
You grew up in New York
This
City.
is happening in New York now.
What's your mother's name, Ricky Goldsworth?
Lucy Goldsworth.
What's her maiden name?
Lucy Gold.
See, crumbling.
Well, I wouldn't stumble like that. I'd have a prepared response. And
You'd be firing them off?
I'd be firing him off, and I'd be like, what's the fucking holdup? I'm trying to check into a room, and you're giving me a goddamn inquisition? Is this how you treat all your customers?
All right.
Who do you think you are?
That's fair.
Huh?
Okay,
and
that's
I poke
fair.
him in the chest like this. Huh?
At this point,
Huh,
I'm giving
Buster?
you a room. All right? You did it. You win. You win, Ricky.
He allegedly chased his mother with an axe when he was 19.
Not great.
No, off to a bad start.
I've never done that. You didn't do that, did you?
No, I didn't. What? Is there anything to suggest that I would chase my mom with an axe?
Not outright. I feel like if you
Not
peel the layers
outright.
back.
You think you peel the layers back from this onion, you'll see something you don't want to see?
Yeah, I think you wear a mask sometimes.
I think you should keep digging and maybe see what happens.
Oh, no, I'm good.
I can't imagine this is debris from the house. The house was demolished around 10 years ago because there were squatters and people like us that would come inside the house and try and stay overnight. Shit, maybe this is from the house. This looks like the bottoms of the foundation. Oh, Jesus Christ, dude. Look at that, it's like tile from the bathroom right there, it looks like.
You really turned a corner on that one pretty quick.
Yeah, but I didn't see it up close until, oh my God. It's fucking horrifying.
There's an elk, though. There's a deer over there.
There's the remains and rubble of one of the greatest unsolved mysteries of all time, and you're looking at the fucking deer in the forest.
Accuracy.
Yeah, the CIA doesn't even leave tracks. They're the boogeyman of the world.
They probably control more of our daily life than we'd ever know. They're pulling strings. That's all I'm saying.
It's pointless to point the finger at them, is what I'm saying. You could say it's anybody at that point, because it doesn't matter. You're making a baseless conclusion. You could say it's fucking Lime Cat or something.
Lime Cat?
You know, the cat that has a lime cut in half and he wears it as a helmet? He's the person who pulled the trigger. Or she. I don't know if Lime Cat's
Internet photo?
Yeah, Lime Cat killed JFK. That's what I'm saying. It's just as
Do
dumb.
people call that Lime Cat?
Yeah, it's Lime Cat.
Isn't it a cantaloupe or something
No,
on its
it's
head?
a lime.
It's a lime.
I don't know. Is it Lime Cat? I'm pretty sure it's Lime Cat.
I've never heard someone refer to this cat so casually. What a commercial woman.
She would look like she was dressed in very nice clothing, so they called her commercial woman.
What?
Anyways, I didn't make up the name. That's what they called her.
She looked like the Pine Sol lady.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, she was hanging out with the Brawny guy. It was
She was next to a big, tall, bald man in a white t-shirt.
Yeah, it was her, Brawny, and Mr. Clean. They all went and they just went off on little adventures.
Sure.
The story goes that her father had her lover, said to be named Robert Randall, killed. Eerily, Bobby, which is the first name of the bar's current owner, is actually a nickname. Bobby Mackey's full name is Robert Randall Mackey, leading some to believe that Joanna thinks Bobby Mackey is her former lover, Robert Randall.
She knows he's dead, though.
It's a ghost. She doesn't even know she's dead.
Well, the ghost looks at him and doesn't realize it's a different person?
Maybe they can't. They don't see things that way. Maybe they just like hear the name Robert Randall. Like, I don't know how it works. Okay,
Do you think he's like
this is a theory.
Do you think he's like taken his license out before and the ghost was looking at it, but his thumb was covering his last name and she was like, Robert Randall, that must be my lover.
Maybe.
I imagine most people walk in here and say, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
So why is she confusing him with Robert Randall?
I don't know. Why don't you ask her?
She doesn't seem like a very intelligent ghost.
Jesus Christ! You always have to insult the ghosts of the place we're at.
If I can imagine any of my friends murdering me.
I could imagine one friend of yours murdering you.
Is it you?
No.
Oh,
As people had told her what to do her whole life, including her mother.
Jesus.
Yeah, she seems a lot more tortured than I originally anticipated.
Wagner must, I mean, does that man have a magical penis or something? They got divorced and then she...
You think the only reason someone would go back to someone is because they have a magical penis?
I mean, I feel like divorce is probably a lot of work.
Do you not know how love works?
Maybe I don't.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. Jackson and Walling were both dental students at the time, and legend has it that they felt their medical knowledge was sufficient enough to perform an abortion. If that was the case, then obviously things went horribly wrong, and they eventually decapitated Pearl in an attempt to conceal the body's identity.
What? What were they trying to do? How do you go that wrong?
No one's like fooling around with the tools down by like the pelvic area and then like slips, oh shit, there goes my scalpel, oh, chopped her head off. That's not how it works.
I accidentally lopped it. A little too much off the top on this one. I'm gonna be a little leery next time I go into the dentist and they put me under.
My dad's a dentist.
What?
Yeah.
Has he ever cut anybody's head off?
Not that I know of. I mean, I'm 99.9% sure he's never cut anyone's head off in his time as a dentist.
That's concerning that there's that tiny margin of error.
That implies that maybe he may have before he was a dentist. I don't know about that time.
Are you ever eating?
I've only known him as the dentist.
Have you ever eaten dinner with him and he just kind of stares at the wall for a second and you wonder like...
And there's like a slight glint on the knife.
Yeah.
And then like just...
Is he thinking about that time you accidentally cut someone's head off? Now what? Now what, Ryan?
Shut up, Shane.
Demon, turn it on if you're planning to do us harm tonight.
It only happens right away when there's something actually doing something to it.
Turn it on if you want to hurt us.
Fucking shit! God! Why do you keep asking your questions like that? What's wrong with you? Do you want to fucking die?
It's just a coincidence. Not a good alternative.
I know. There's far too many. Fuck it. You know, just call it a day. Well,
we don't have enough guys to look at all these windows. What if we just don't do shit? Sounds like a good idea.
But sir, the president's going to be coming to town. He won't care.
What are they going to do? Shoot him?
Someone was trying to keep him quiet. But why even claim it then? Why would he even make that up? Do you think maybe he was just trying to up his cred, like in prison? Like, yeah, I whacked Kennedy.
Yeah, this happens a lot. People always just claiming.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're gonna claim something, maybe claim you killed some dude carrying groceries down the alleyway. Don't just claim I killed JFK. Right. I feel like nothing good could come of that.
Everyone just kind of rolls their eyes at him.
How could I make my prison sentence a life sentence?
I killed God. It's the weirdest thing to do. Before you die, just be like, I'm gonna haunt you.
It means nothing to you at the time, but if it gets, you know, other people all like crazy, then why not?
Yeah, I'm gonna make creeks.
No, not that specific. You're getting too specific now.
Oh, you gotta be.
You need to get more general.
Because then every time they hear a creak, they'll think, that's Shane. I shouldn't have killed him. Anytime you get uneasy, that's me. Hey.